sure because you're a felon you can't get things in your name? Okay? All right? I know that you're a convicted felon. You probably can't get stuff in your name, but I'll help you. All right? I want you to get your own place with you and your baby. You chill out for a minute. I don't know if that boy wanted you to sit down and be a stay-at-home mom for a minute and, you know, so you can start progressing or what. But they say you making a good bag over there on Snapchat, or whatever it is. You should be able to chill out and just focus. Because we don't want you to go back to jail. All right?
I got my people looking into it. I don't know what's going to. Excuse me, sir. What are you guys arresting her for? A whole other charge. A warrant out for what? Sorry? A warrant for what, sir? Yeah. A warrant for I love you down for real. And I be ignoring every time you try to speak up against me or about my kid. The last time you spoke up against me, it was like, yeah, show us something. Show him holding a bottle up or something. And then shortly after, your son. It doesn't feel good, does it?
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody could tell me to stop talking fucking thing I see in the media, okay? I done forgot I was on TikTok. Now I'm cussing you out.
Good to see you again. To put it mildly, Tia Kemp is finished being polite after going all out on Chrisean Rock, after remaining silent for far too long. Tia eventually lost it and made the decision to act in a way that no one had anticipated. She formally accused Chrisean of being unfit to raise her son and called Child Protective Services. You heard that correctly? You see, Chrisean has been surrounded by commotion for a minute. From boisterous altercations to erratic conduct. However, this most recent action is causing great anxiety. What was it that made Tia lose it? It was more than simply the typical shenanigans, though. According to reports, Tia and Chrisean argued about her own son. This is where things go too far. According to rumors, Tia's son was stabbed not long ago. Rather than expressing concern, Chrisean had the audacity to accuse him and even accost him. Tia was determined not to overlook that. She publicly criticized Chrisean for her actions, which she described as reckless and unsettling, and vented her frustrations online. Tia is also receiving support from her fans, who believe that someone should take action for the sake of that son's welfare. Tia is leading the push to hold Chrisean accountable, since this might be the beginning of a larger storm.
Head will make us soft. I was just waiting for Auntie Tia to come. And she came. Like she said.
Let's clarify one issue. Perhaps Chrisean Rock would like to boast about being wild, erratic, and natural. However, she simply chose the wrong one when it came to actual street-certified women. Because Tia Kemp is more than simply a talker. The blueprint is her. Lately, Chrisean has been doing the best. It's loud online, tumultuous on the streets, and just plain everywhere. She obviously forgot who she was playing with, though. Epitome of a day one combatant is Tia Kemp. She has participated in this game, made it through, and established her reputation without any clout chasing involved. She just prodded a sleeping giant, Chrisean. The internet is watching like reality TV now that CPS has arrived. For the past minute, people have been saying that Chrisean needed a wake-up call. That perhaps, just possibly, someone ought to intervene and remind her that a son is involved. Going viral and feeling good are no longer the only factors. I got this, Tia Kemp stated after noticing that. Supporters are divided. It's long overdue, according to some. Some believe Tia was inappropriate. However, one thing is evident. Someone who isn't afraid of China just checked out her disarray. And since Instagram likes and those cameras don't produce sons, perhaps she will stop blaming the world and start cleaning up her app.
You need to learn how to insult better, because how I asked Tia, oh, it don't feel right, huh? You mentioning and being concerned about my son hitting milestones, and then your son gets stabbed. That don't feel right, huh? Well, she would know. She didn't put her baby health in danger. Another person did. You put your baby health in danger. Like, what? Like, deflection much? You make no sense, honey. And it's because you a manipulator. And not only you a manipulator, you're a manipulator the way Blueface manipulate your. You think that you can come with all the mind games that he do to you to the masses, and people supposed to fall for that because your dumb ass fall for his. And another reason why you are now currently getting on everyone's nerves is because, for one, you ran out.
The wild behavior. The commotion and the messy drama that used to win her sympathy and clicks aren't working like they used to. And it's difficult to predict when or even if Chrissy and Rock will ever wake up. The internet may have cooperated in the past, but people are becoming impatient now, and her inner circle is no exception. The astonishing thing is that she still lacks a solid foundation despite all of the years she has been in the public eye, including interviews, fan support, exposure, and even income. By foundation, we mean a physical location that she may call her own. It's incredible to consider that Chrisean, who has been continuously popular for, there is still a lot of couch hopping going on in everything under the sun. She recently went on the internet and sobbed as she told her fans that Blueface had expelled her and her kid, Junior, after he was released from prison. She said he abandoned them, like it had happened overnight. At first, people were stunned, wondering how he could be so unfaithful to her after everything they had been through. Blueface, however, wasn't about to let that story go unchecked without interjecting. After Chrisean spent only a few days there, he responded with complete receipts and uploaded a video showing the location. It wasn't pretty, to put it mildly. There are dishes all over, trash heaps, and overturned objects. A storm appeared to have passed by. All of a sudden, people began to get why he would have said, "You've got to go." This was stated long ago by Persuasion, who has had her own drama with Chrisean. Chrisean doesn't respect anyone's personal space and doesn't clean. However, after watching that video, it was a very different matter. Now we see why he did what he did, and this girl needs to grow up ASAP, were among the shocked remarks made by fans. Chrisean had the audacity to say the destruction of that house was not solely her fault. Like, really? She attempted to reverse the course and assign blame once more rather than simply owning up and acknowledging that she made a mistake. Normally, people would dismiss this as normal pandemonium between Chrissy and Rock, but not this time. Individuals are completely over it. The fact that Chrisean will not accept responsibility for anything is becoming all too obvious. Her actions are now having an impact on more than just her. It's beginning to affect her closest friends and family. It's particularly Junior, her young son. People have begun speaking up on the internet, stating that she must quit playing and begin acting more responsibly as a parent and not only as a celebrity. Chrisean began to appear everywhere with Junior after she was criticized online for her parenting decisions, similar to everywhere. As if she were multitasking, she carried him to church, had him relax on her lap during live feeds, and even brought him along when she got her hair done. And although spending time with your son is beneficial, others are highlighting the true problem here. People can already sense that Junior may be experiencing some developmental delays, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. Many parents cope with it, and those circumstances can get better with the correct support and care. Chrisean has no trouble flaunting Junior by taking him to events, salons, and cameras. But she doesn't seem to be putting routine medical examinations or physical treatment first, which is what has the internet unhappy. She seems to be doing just enough to be considered involved. She is failing, however, in the real parenting that requires time, structure, and concentration, the behind-the-scenes work. People are now wondering if she is truly putting his needs first or merely attempting to maintain one's public persona. Fans are calling for better, but they are not attempting to criticize her. Because people will speak up if your name is always trending, but your priorities don't seem to align. It's not about being flawless, It's about demonstrating that you're working hard, especially for a son who could require more assistance. With comments like perhaps she is taking Junior to the doctor and just choosing not to post about it. Some followers are still out there attempting to cheer for Sheen, since this is the same. Chrisean, who spent her entire pregnancy process online? Let's face it, that doesn't stack up. Please, after all of her appointments, feelings, and pushes, people are now expected to assume she abruptly became private. She allowed complete access to her maternity moments, had cameras in the delivery area, and even displayed the boy a few days after giving birth. However, she withdrew when people began criticizing her for failing to manage her son's health. And then she abruptly came out once more. As if nothing had happened, I went back to posting Junior. It's controlling damage. She is now defending herself online once more, claiming that although her son is able to walk and talk, he simply doesn't do it when she records. What? What is she saying? How does that even make sense? Fans said in confusion. He is silent and being carried whenever he is on camera, but when he is not, he is purportedly talking and running laps. No one is claiming that she should post a detailed account of her son's growth on the internet. However, some are advising against gaslighting the same audience that has been there from the beginning.
Live stream where you in the bathroom talking about something. My son can walk, my son can talk, my son can eat. Girl, what are you talking about? Like, I don't know if you're just delusional or you are just that. It's like lying just comes to you that naturally. Your son can't hold his head up. That child is not talking. I don't care what you say. Oh, I just don't show that just because I don't display it. You don't display it because it's not happening, girl. Like, I'm so sorry. You act like the rest of us don't have children and don't know what child development looks like. Girl, that baby can't hold his own head up. There's no way.
This is when things start to go south, though. It goes beyond Chrissy maybe neglecting to provide her son with the care he so obviously needs. People now claim that she is completely ignoring him in order to argue with Blueface back and forth as if it were her full-time job. According to some with knowledge of the matter, she has been so engrossed in all of this drama that her child has been left on the sidelines, literally. Then came the moment that sent shockwaves over the internet. Yes, she was formally banned from Twitch's platform. For what purpose? For purportedly, while she was inside live streaming and arguing, she left her son sitting in the car for hours. Furthermore, it has been reported that the son had to be rescued from the car by the platform's own staff. Fans were incensed at that point, asking, what the hell is going on? How come you don't have time to ensure your son is safe, comfortable, and taken care of? But you have time to go live for clout and beef with your ex. People began criticizing it right away, claiming that this was irresponsible rather than merely sloppy. And it appears that the repercussions are finally catching up with her now that Twitch has formally terminated her.
I can call you later so you can do what you gotta do.
No, you don't gotta call me later. I just don't want to argue. You can stay on the phone.
I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
Huh? I'm not busy at all.
Yeah, I guess you busy, so I'm gonna call you later.
I'm not even busy.
Okay.
Babe,
You can me right now.
huh? I'm not busy.
I gotta call
I'm
you
not
later.
busy. I'm not busy. I'm about to put a baby in the car. Is that okay? Do you mind taking him to the car? Thank you.
You mind taking them to the car? Thank you.
It's becoming almost impossible to defend Chrisean at this point, or claim that she simply doesn't understand. What's happening? He actually told her several times to get off the phone and go pick up Junior during that now viral phone call with Blueface. What did she do too? She informed him bluntly that she wasn't doing anything significant and continued the conversation, as if it didn't matter. Those who watched the video were shocked by what they heard. It appeared as though she was unaware, indifferent to how awful that looked. And let's face it, it's crazy when a streaming site like Twitch ends up being more responsible than the parent. Employees at Twitch had to intervene and take over what she ought to have done right away. That says a lot. Auntie Tia Kemp had to step in at that point and reveal some much-needed chronological reality. When she witnessed what was happening, she wasn't going to overlook it. Additionally, Tia has experienced it herself, if you know her at all. She has personally dealt with the chaos of the music industry while parenting a son. As a result, she speaks from experience rather than just opinion. Tia didn't mince words either. She told Sheen bluntly to get serious about caring for her son and to stop acting like everything was all right. She advised her to quit performing for the internet, remove Junior from social media, and act like a parent. And to be honest, that got applause.
Go sit down somewhere, and she need to get this baby some help. She need to get herself some help. She need to stop engaging with all this internet shit and beef and all this shit and keep back and forth with that boy lying and playing on y'all mind. Cause she ain't never played on mine. I don't pay her no attention. I already know she fucked up in the head. But it's making me mad that this baby can't get down and walk. And I'm looking at him right here. It's clear that things are wrong with him. So why she ain't taking this baby, I don't get this. But we don't know what she's doing behind closed.
Tia Kemp wasn't making any outrageous remarks. She was honest. Her words are exactly what many have been saying online for months. She had no intention of embarrassing Chrisean. This time she was really being gentle, gently reminding her that Junior is currently without anybody else but her. Thus, she must stand up for a period. Chrisean, however, came out swinging rather than accepting the insight and engaging in some genuine introspection. She veered far to the left and made the conversation personal. She gave Tia a strong clapback, making fun of her for worrying about her own home. Particularly in light of the stabbing event involving her son, Chrisean made a concerted effort to change the course of events by stating that Tia should have remained silent rather than sharing her opinions if she expected people to be sympathetic and pray for her and her kid during difficult times. Because her own circumstances weren't ideal either. She pretended that Tia had no right to talk. Here's the problem though. No one is flawless. And that wasn't a disorganized place for Tia to come from. She was speaking as a mature mother who had experienced hardship and wished for better for that boy. That's the distinction. Everyone could see that was genuine advice, but Chrisean saw it as an attack. Instead, she doubled down and missed the message. Even though she had a chance to pause and learn something.
Like, come on, bro. Come on, man. If you got a kid, right? Okay. Don't stop passing judgment. I love you down. You funny. But come on now, stop speaking on me. For real.
The moment she popped off like that, Chrisean truly went too far, since nothing Tia said was impolite or out of pocket. Let's face it. Given all that has been going on, most people actually thought she kept it much more elegant than they had anticipated. She wasn't moving slowly. She wasn't pursuing influence. She was offering wise counsel from a mature adult. And it was directly motivated by worry. And this isn't simply what the supporters are saying. Miss Carissa Blueface's own mother even rushed in and checked on Chrisean. She came sideways at Tia, and Carissa, of all people, had to intervene and call her out. It's pretty serious. If Carissa is taking the initiative to defend someone else's parenting advice, Chrisean could have just listened instead of trying to clap back and stir up drama, Carissa remarked, echoing what many people were already thinking. Because it's obvious that the message wasn't intended to be offensive. She was supposed to be awakened.
What she said from an auntie's perspective, because what we have to remember is that it's a public situation. So when you make a situation public, everybody's entitled to their opinion. I thought that was an auntie giving a niece advice, and per usual, there was nothing but hatred spewed.
Furthermore, Tia Kemp appears to have taken action rather than merely offering suggestions. Rumor has it that Tia called child services on Chrisean and accused her of not being able to raise her son appropriately. That's serious now. Additionally, unlike in the past, the internet did not jump to Chrissy's defense. Not at all. People are finally beginning to change their ways and express what they have been suppressing for months. Comments like, "I wish they'd stop pushing Chrissy and Rock onto the public" are being made online. "I sincerely hoped that I would no longer see her." Others are calling attention to the hypocrisy, such as Chrisean constant claims that Blueface doesn't care about their son while she isn't exactly acting in a model manner herself.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody could tell me to stop talking fucking thing I see in the media, okay? I done forgot I was on TikTok. Now I'm cussing you out. I don't give. If I see something on the blogs and I come across it and I see something and I want to say something, I'm gonna comment and I'm gonna